Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I know sometimes I'm a little slow getting these out, slower than I should be. What the hell? So I'd like to explain real quick kind of how this works. We all work different. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and know what she's talking about. And this is not exact science, so sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. She won't give me all the details. She'll give me just enough that you should know what she's referring to, because details are none of our business. So, she was rattling before I started. Go get this, go get that, go get that, go pull a card. A lot. They make my head itch. It's their energy. What do you want to start with? Now she wants to start with the card. So I shuffle these cards. I call these, I'm getting old. I can't remember what they're called. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I shuffle until she tells me to stop. So she picked surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non defensive response. So, yeah, I guess we get, I don't know, I think some of us that let people kind of walk on us, we kind of get pretty defensive. She didn't have anything to add to that. She also asked me to bring this cat ball out, which I have one behind me right there. So if you see it blink, let me know. It's a cat ball. Get them on Amazon for $3 or $4. Push the little button and they blink if the cat comes up and moves it, but they don't have to move it. They can go over it with their energy and touch it. So you can ask yes or no questions to it. You can ask her to step forward and set the cat ball on the table and ask your mom yes or no questions. They don't usually work too well for me, but I've sat and had full on conversations with them, and then the next time, nothing. Took one in the Sally house. Holy moly, the thing went crazy. Okay, so she told me before I started that you have heard the angels singing. You have actually heard the angels singing. I've heard it maybe 3 times. I've been blessed enough to hear it. It's like no music you can describe. You cannot describe their singing and their harps or whatever they're playing. It's nothing like here on earth. So if you've heard that, that was the angels. She says you have heard it. And she has a big smile on her face. She's very calm, very, very calm right now. She said, that's bugging me. I was so at peace when I left that nobody could leave any better than I did, the way I did. Because I was so at peace. And I watched my mom and my grandpa. I don't know which side of the family, grandpa. I think it's her dad. And they were standing there very patiently waiting for me. And I was just a total peace. Nothing like you can describe here on earth. So, so when you left, she had a conversation with these two people. Doesn't matter if she was in a coma, if you didn't think she could hear you, that doesn't matter. We have telepathic ears. You don't have to open your mouth. Even you don't have to open your mouth. Oh my goodness, I'm muttering. Sorry. Open your mouth to communicate. They can hear you without you speaking a word, actually out loud. Everybody can do it. You may not hear them back. So she said she did not want you there when she took her last breath. Don't take that as a bad thing. There's a lot that I've done. And their loved one might sit there for days and not leave. And the minute they go get a cup of coffee, their loved one's gone. So they choose to do that. And my mother-in-law was so bullheaded. She waited until her husband's birthday to leave. She chose that. Okay, so she's wanting me to light my sage, which I haven't done in days. Bad girl, bad girl. So I don't know if you use any sage or anything. They have spray sage. Kim has all that stuff down there. But she kept talking about sweetgrass. Sweetgrass. So go talk to Kim. For some reason, she wants you to have some sweetgrass. And just usually it comes in a long thing. And just burn a little bit of it and let it go out. Just burn it. I don't know why. It's something that's supposed to fill the space back in, the way I understood it. But you have to ask Kim. She knows more about it than I do. Sweetgrass. I also have sweetgrass in my oil, my diffuser. Bloop, there it is. And I'll put sweetgrass, I'll put Palo Santo oil and things like that in there. Or even in my carpet shampoo. Or if I go to shampoo the carpet, I'll put some of that stuff in there. Or my moon water. Anyway, I don't have a thing of sweetgrass right offhand to show you. Kim will show you. So wait for her to say something. She says she did not mind being in the nursing home. She was a little scared at first because some of the stories you hear about the people that work in nursing homes are not very nice. But she said everybody treated her nice. And she had a flurry of activity around her. So, like when she closed her eyes, there were angels and departed loved ones just, well, pretty much swirling around her, just like hovering. Like I went to see one of my good friends, every night, a week before he passed. The first time I went in there, there was nobody else in the room. And he was in a pretty much a drug-induced coma. Anyway, I sat there and I watched the angels. There was like 3 or 4 beautiful angels preparing the body, preparing the energy, his spirit, his soul. And I knew they weren't preparing him to get well. And it was really a beautiful sight. So some of that was going on. I was also told earlier to get a candle. Go ask him again. Just get a little candle. Little candle. And some kind of healing candle. So go ask him. Some kind of healing candle. And when you light that, and you don't burn it all the time, but when you have a chance to sit down and relax, when you light that, call on Archangel Raphael. That is the healing angel, healing archangel. You can call on Michael too. Archangel Michael, he's like a warrior. I love him. He's my buddy. He usually stands behind me and I ask him to put the tips of his wings on my shoulders every morning, even if I forget to ask him. He's pretty amazing. And yes, archangels have time to talk to you people because they got other things to do. No, you are the things they have to do. Us. They're multidimensional. They can be in more than one spot at a time. Can't explain that. So Mom says, she's talking about your dad. She says, you're doing perfect. Don't doubt yourself. But sometimes he gets grouchy and you need to just take it with a grain of salt. If he starts grumbling and makes you feel like you're not doing things right, just know that you are. Just know that he's just grumpy and he's a little scared like I was. He has opened his eyes and seen her. Like, like maybe laying in bed and he opened his eyes and there she was. And it's harder for people that age to admit it. They don't believe in that stuff or they've been told that it's evil. Her presence is very, very strong around him. She pretty much doesn't leave the room wherever he's at. Something about his shoes. She's not showing slippers, she's showing actual shoes. Like they look like dress shoes. Don't have to be. Sometimes they show exact, sometimes they don't. So I don't know if there's an issue with his shoes or he wants his shoes because he wants to go somewhere or he wants to get the hell out of there. He's still showing himself in bed. Doesn't have to be exact, but he's showing him. She's showing him that he holds his arms out to her, not just for her to come to him, because he wants to go with her. She says, "Don't be sad when the time comes, because this is the way it's supposed to be." Again, they're wanting you to call on Archangel Raphael. I'm not saying anything's bad. Doesn't mean you're sick or anything. We all should call on Archangel Raphael to help us. She had me take a deep breath. Breathe. All the little cells in our body, and I know I haven't got to catch you on the radio. I've been wanting to so bad. To get healthy or work out at Snap. I need healthier stuff. So, but all the little beautiful cells in our body do not get enough oxygen because our normal breathing is very, very shallow. We just kind of barely breathe in and breathe out. So every so often, she wants you to practice breathing in deeper. And hold it 2 or 3 seconds, which is meditative type breathing. But you don't have to do this, go and you don't have to meditate if you don't want to. I can't, because I can't sit still that long. I got hands in my pants. So anyway, breathe in through the nose and hold it 2 or 3 seconds, but breathe in deep. and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe it all out. And when you breathe it out, pretend like you're seeing anything dark or smoky or bad germ or whatever you want to visualize leaving your body. But your body is starving for more oxygen. If that makes sense. I mean, it's not life-threatening, but it would help us all. And I used to actually have a ring that I try to wear. Breathe. And I had a note here. When you breathe, and I still forget to do it. It just automatic breathing just isn't as much as body really truly needs. And call on Raphael when you do that. Raphael's such a wonderful angel. Okay, so I'm not from here. Not like most people are from here. So if somebody mentions a star being or something, I kind of freak out, like, I don't know what that is. Or an archangel, something. When I was little, I used to always say, I want to go home. I want to go home. This place is so mean. Didn't want to kill myself. I just wanted to go home. I knew this wasn't home. So I don't know that you're actually an angel, but I'd be willing to guess you're somewhere in there because you have this gorgeous, beautiful, bright light. And it just shines, and everybody feels it around you. And I see people all the time who have like a lampshade on their head, and they've got their light covered up because other people tell them that you can't do that, you can't act that way, you can't feel that way. Try to put them down, on their level instead of letting that person's light shine. But your light is really, really shining. I think you've seen some angels too, and you've probably seen some orbs. And some people don't believe in orbs, but they are true. But it's hard to distinguish them from dust. But there are orbs. I used to lay down at the cemetery and just on a nice day and just lay there and look up at the sky, and I would see thousands of little orbs in the broad daylight. It's like, what the heck is that? These things usually are pretty fun. So you are some type of light being. I still would guess more along the angel line. And we all come here to learn lessons. I've had some really hard lessons to learn in this life. And I'm told if I get all my shit right, I may not have to come back. Yes, they're mean down here. So know that your light is kind of a healing light, kind of like you're doing with your radio show. It's kind of a healing light because everybody can feel that around you. When you walk into the room, they can feel that. They gravitate towards you because they can feel that warmth and glow is not enough to say. I don't know what word I want to use. They're like moths drawn to a flame. That's not what I want to use either. So this world needs a whole lot more of us with our light instead of our anger, instead of our dark, instead of our hatred. Don't you let anybody put a lampshade on you, because your light's like way out here. And everybody just wants a hug from you. Mom says, be careful of the germs. She just said, be careful of the germs. If they look like they're sick, don't hug them. Stop it. So right now, Mom is right here, and I need to get a better camera because sometimes, well, when we go ghost hunting, I hate calling it ghost hunting, but when we go to the houses, we take lots of pictures. because sometimes you'll see something in a camera that you won't see with your naked eye. So someday I got to get a better camera. She's right here. She's got both of her hands on my shoulder on that one side. And she's poking her head right above her hands. And she's looking. She's looking at you. You should feel that sometimes. Maybe the warmth, maybe tingling, maybe the pressure on your shoulder. One shoulder or the other. Doesn't have to be this shoulder. You feel her presence. I think you know it's her presence. She just checking on you. She says you're like two peas in a pod. You both have that loving energy. She's calling you a chip off the old block. That loving energy. That your light was brighter than hers was, and she had a good light. A lot of people don't. Most people don't, because they've been crammed into somebody's box who decides what they should say, what they should do, what they should wear. And you've figured out how to be free of that. So you're doing your purpose right now. Some of the things you're doing, like your healing show, and I've got to catch that. You're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're going to be greatly rewarded. It's like I just feel like I should come over there and just give you a big old hug right now. I just want to sit next to you. Oh, she got quiet. Your mom's showing me like you think you see her. She pops up. 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 I'm going to guess it's usually in your peripheral vision. And I include this in peripheral vision because if I'm typing, sometimes I see somebody go by and I look up. They do it to me too. Think you see something over here and you turn, there's nothing there, and so you think it's your imagination. No, it's real. I don't know why it works that way. So she has quite a few times in different up here, over here, down here. She's just popping in. Whenever you get anything that's like a sign from her, just validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, ask her to bring you more signs, because once they know that, oh, that's a sign from me, then they start bringing you more. They'll usually pick one or two things and they'll work on it, work on it, work on it until you know that that's them. I'm asking her for a sign and she's not telling me. I can't make them do anything. She's showing me a pigeon feather. Don't you have a lot of critters out there? You have a lot of critters? Um, I don't. Yeah, I guess you're gonna find it in weird places. Okay, one time I walked out of Mueller's and I had a cup, and there's no trees in front of Mueller's, and there was no birds. And I walk and I go to my truck and I set my cup in the cup holder and I look in there. There's a little tiny white feather. Where'd that come from? So it will be the unusual feathers. That's awful common. Everybody knows about feathers and butterflies and coins. One time I pulled in the parking lot and opened my door and looked down to get out, and this was laying there. It broke off of somebody's purse or something. And I don't know. CVS. but I knew who it came from. But it's the things that pop up in a weird place. I've had leaves or feathers show up on the dash of my truck when the windows are up and the doors are locked. So watch for the unusual. She's actually going to use a feather to tickle your nose. So if your nose starts tickling all the time and you can't make it stop, especially if it does that, know that that's mom. She's teasing you. She says, "Get up, lazy bones. Rise and shine. Burn in daylight. We have stuff to do." And you are a blessing. You are a real blessing. I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. I couldn't have asked for my life to be better, because you always need to look on the positive side. Everything has a positive side. And I always tell people, the worst day of your life, you can still find 3 to 5 things to be thankful for. That you can see, that you can breathe, that you can see the sun. Ow, just bit my tongue, sorry. That you have oxygen. Always things you can be grateful for. She says, well, I usually tell people to make a gratitude list, but she says you don't have to, because you're always grateful. Being grateful will really turn your life around. Instead of going, "I'm mad because I don't have this and I don't have that." Oh, well, I have a roof over my head. And she says, "You're very good at that." Mom says, "Did you think I would really leave you? Did you think I wouldn't be here to keep an eye on things?" She's being a little cocky about it. "I'm still the boss." She says she's still the boss. And she's laughing hysterically. She looks beautiful. Something about tin cans and metal pie pans. Somebody's beating on them, like maybe on a string and beating on it. Maybe you did that when you were little, or somebody's done that lately around you. She says you have a love for things people don't understand. I know you have goats, so I know that. I think I've seen them anyway on here. And some people don't understand that. I love goats. I'm trying to get my granddaughter to said, "I'll buy the fainting goats if I can come out with my beer cooler and sit there and go boo every so often." Sometimes you hear somebody humming or very, very softly singing a lullaby, either when you're going to sleep or when you're just waking up, or maybe you think you dreamed that somebody, probably your mother, she's not saying for sure that it's her, singing you a very soft lullaby. And again, it almost sounds like the angels. Know that you are truly blessed. And we were blessed to be in your presence. So there we go. We're going back up. She says, I hope that you can feel all the love coming from above to you. So she can feel it from your end coming to her. He says, sometimes when you get that warm, fuzzy feeling, just wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a hug. And that'll be from them. Nobody gives me a hug. Yeah, they say I'm too ornery. Usually when I open up to start doing readings, then they start going, Rhonda, do this, Rhonda, do that, Rhonda. She was just lecturing me a minute ago. She says, I've been lazy on what I'm supposed to be doing on my path. I've been having fun. It's Kim's fault because she got side-by-sides legal. I've been having fun. And your mom says I have to get to work. Okay. I want to be retired. So, no, the next time you hear something that seems a little more angelic, trust it. Bless them. Thank them. Be grateful to them. They are watching out over you. A lot of people, most people don't get that because they get so mean and cranky here on earth, and then they just shut everything out. Like there can be nothing good out there. There is. You have to open up, let it in. And people make things like this into something. Oh, it's a demon, or it's. I heard a knock in my house. Well, that's your grandmother trying to let you know she's there. No, it's a demon. No, it's not. Not everything is ugly. So know that you are blessed. I'm kind of serious with this reading. What the hell? This is a little, I don't know, crazy ball. See, it doesn't want to light for me. I was hoping she would touch that ball. All right, I'm going to let her go. Know that all those feelings and all those things you're hearing and everything, that it's real, it's true, and it's angelic. It's good. It's nothing from the dark. Because there's so much light, the dark can't get through to you. Where there's light, there has to be dark. Where there's good, there has to be bad. He says, I love you, pumpkin. Then she called you a pudding cup, something like that. Now, you might have to stretch that outside the box. Pumpkin or pudding cup, it sounded like. She's kind of singing and humming again. But I don't know the music. I think she's making up her own music, which is fine. That we're going to let her go. We don't actually lose our loved ones. They're just, this is our vehicle to run around on earth in. Our spirit, our soul is inside. And when this goes to crap, we still have the same spirit soul inside. It just doesn't need this heavy vehicle to hold us down here on earth. We're more alive than ever. See if she's got anything else she wants to say. Nope, don't hear it. Don't forget to surrender defensiveness. She says, I love you this much, and I am watching out for you. But be sure to give thanks every day to the ones up here running this show. Because that is how you get blessed. Okay. Now time for me to go to snap anyway. I hope to get to see you again. I'll give you a hug. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Mwah.